Companioning is witnessing the suffering of others, being present to both the suffering, but also the capabilities.
I've been in Matibabu for the last 5 years, and I feel so extremely great to see lives of women changing.
Actually, what I love about Matibabu is that I get to get skills that are very, very helpful, because you find that when you interact with other colleges, you're always ahead of them in terms of skills. And you find that the nurses and the doctors over there will always want you to be their assistant, and they'll give you tasks because they know you are able to handle them.
Tiba and Matibabu together truly understand the challenges that rural women face. But the goal, as I see it from Matibabu, is to not just be one point in a woman's life, but really to be from birth to death.
It's really difficult for a girl child because you find that this family will try to focus more on the boy child.
Most women in the villages have only about an 8th grade education. Families don't have the money to provide menstrual supplies to their daughters.
They'll go to their parents, they need this money for sanitary pads. The mother will be like, I don't have that money. So it's really difficult. It lowers their self-esteem, and this makes them even don't want to go to school because they'll be laughed at.
Many girls stay at home a week, a month during their periods, and eventually that leads them to drop out of school.
And they are taken to marriages because most of the parents now there's dowry and everything, so that's what they really focus on.
They start a family, and then they just repeat the cycle of poverty. On my last trip to Matibabu, I brought 2 young women to teach menstrual health and hygiene, and we brought over 200 sustainable menstrual kits from Days for Girls. It is so powerful to see how these girls responded to having both the lessons and the menstrual kits. A woman who has an education and a job can pay for her daughter's sanitary supplies. She can pay for her ride to the hospital to access the free family planning. She can take care of herself and her children without having to ask permission or funding from her husband. Matibabu College of Health Science gives young women the opportunity to become a nurse. And these nurses are then empowered by their paychecks and by their status in the community to come back and serve within their own community.
We'll always want to be like those successful women out there, and in future also, kids will look at us. They'll be like, I want to be like that nurse there. I want to be like that doctor there.
Maternal and infant mortality is high in Siaya County compared to the rest of Kenya. And that's due to high rates of HIV in women and the fact that many of the mothers give birth at home.
Now, the cases of babies who are brought to Matibabu, whose mothers have died, it happens in other facilities or mothers who give birth at home. I feel good that Matibabu, despite the challenges that the children are facing when they lose their mothers, Matibabu is able to come in to ensure that these children still get the best from what is available.
Matibabu offers free pre- and antenatal counseling, delivery, and a community health worker visits the home monthly for a year for coaching in child nutrition. As a surgeon volunteering at Matibabu, I have seen many women with advanced cancer, and tragically, a lot of these could have been prevented with access to early detection. Cervical cancer in particular is high in the area because of the high rates of HIV and HPV. Matibabu has begun to do cancer screening in clinics in outlying areas, and also we now have access to cryotherapy and surgery.
Most of the men are either out there or they have died due to HIV infection. So quite a number are widows. So some of them do not have the voices. But as Matibabu come into, they can know their rights.
But the way things are going, I think these things will change because awareness is really coming up. Women are being empowered.
There is nothing more impactful than empowering a woman.
Josephine Anyango, CHB, Village.
Pamela Ma, CHB, Village. Millicent Eduma, CHB, Village.
I want my children to be doctors when they grow up.